Hey guys, welcome back and let's continue with our functions journey in this 365 days of Excel. And today we'll look into one of the advanced function that is text before. Yeah, so it is written as text before. Okay. Okay. So let's understand what this function does first of all. Okay. This function is used to retrieve the part of the input statement before the occurrence of the delimiter or character. Yeah. So it has a delimiter or a character before which I want to get a string. Okay. So I would be able to retrieve any string which is before the specified delimiter or character. Now, uh, this particular function will not work in some of the previous functions, previous versions. So extracting data from a particular string was a pretty difficult task when using the older functions like right or left. Now, there are three main text functions with which we would like to go through. First was the text plate that we have seen in our earlier videos. You can refer to my previous video on text plate. Today we'll see text before, and the next video we'll see text after. And this can be implemented in the latest version, as I told you. So for example, I can retrieve a salesperson first name by just specifying the space in between, which is there in the name. So let's first understand the syntax. So text before is the function. We have open brackets. Then we have the text that needs to be searched for the relevant text that we want to retrieve. Then we have the delimiter. This could be a character or this could be a special character. This could be an alphabet. This could be a number. Anything could be a delimiter. Then I could also specify the instance name, a number. So of a specified character, which is the instance that we need to look at. Then we have the match mode so that we can ignore or consider case sensitiveness of that particular text. Then we have match end. Now all this which I am writing in square brackets are optional. I can only use the starting two arguments like the text and the delimiter to run my function. And lastly, we have if not found. So it will help me to specify something if I'm not able to find that particular character, or it will give me an error. So let's try a simple text function, text before function. Yeah. So what could be? So I'll say text before I select the text as I scan analyze, and I want all the text before the space. So I'll specify a space, close the brackets. As I told you, other arguments within the text before function are optional. So I'll just specify. You can see it has taken the first instance of the space, even though there are multiple, there are two space within this entire cell or entire string that we have in the cell reference. It has taken me the first reference. Yeah. And it has given me anything which is available before the first occurrence of the delimiter that I've given. Instead of space, I can have C, which is one of the alphabet. You can see that. Okay, let me not have C. Let me have A. Okay, you can find this, that it has retrieved the entire text or string which is before the character A that I've specified. I can also specify a word. So I can say AN and you still get the same. Okay. So this is a simple way in which you can retrieve a particular text. Now I can have multiple delimiters. Yeah. So let me first have you the match mode. So if I try to do the same thing, if I have this as A and I pull this, I'm able to get this answer because a small a is available in this particular text or string. But if I try to copy the same formula to for this text, which does not have the small a, but it has capital A, so it will give me an error. But if I tell it to ignore the case sensitiveness, then I need to specify one as one of the delimiter. So we see match mode is on the fourth argument. So I'll just keep the instance num as blank as of now, and we'll keep the mode as 1. And you can find it is ignoring the case and it is giving me the text before this particular character A. Yeah, since I have specified the match mode as 1. By default, the match mode is 0. Hence, you will get an error since small a is not available in this text. Hope I am able to make clear about how this works. So you can have 1 or 0. You can see here it is shown 0 as case sensitive, 1 as case insensitive. So if I specify 1, it will give me the same output considering a or not considering the case sensitiveness of that particular character, which is being used as a delimiter. Now I can use multiple delimiters. So I can have A as one of the delimiter. I'll just remove other things. I can have A as a delimiter, and also I can have space as one of the delimiter. So if I have multiple delimiters, then I have to specify this delimiter within curly brackets. Then I can say enter and it will give me the latest delimiter that is available, and it will accordingly give me the text before those two delimiters. Yeah. Now, suppose I want to the, I want to get the text or text before alphabet E. Yeah. So if I try to add enter, it is giving me EY. Yeah. But if I want to get, let me have A rather than, let me use this here because A is in middle, you will be able to see the difference that is happening rather than using anything else. It's not copying it. Okay. Okay, I'm searching for E, which is the first character. Hence, it is not giving me anything. Just see this. This is a good example. You have E as the first alphabet, and there is no text before this. Hence, it is not giving me any text. Yeah. Suppose I want the text before the second E. So I need to specify the instance. Yeah. So I need to get any text before the second instance of E. So I'll say specify 2, and you find it is giving me all the text before the second instance of E. Yeah. Now if I try to put the third instance, it is giving me the entire text before the third instance of E. Now if I try to put a fourth instance, which is not available, it should ideally give a value error. You can see this. It is giving me an error because E as of in order to find the fourth instance of E, there has to be 4 E's in this particular string, which is not there. We have only 3 E's in this. Yeah. Hence, it is giving you an error. Yeah. So you cannot specify something which is out of range or which is not available or which cannot be fulfilled by this text, since we do not have 4 instances of E. Next is the match end. So if you set a negative or a positive other than 0 or 1 in the match end argument, the text before function will retrieve the value as an error. Basically, text end, it matches the text rear with a delimiter. We can use 1 for the exact match and use 0 for the text that does not match the specific delimiter. Okay. The next is your if not found. Now, if not found, a constant value is retrieved if the matching text delimiter is not present. So since I got this error, suppose I have this text before for this particular text. Okay. Now I specify as X, it is giving me an error. But if I want to display something where instead of that error, I need to put space for instance, for mode, for match end. Yeah. And I need to specify what I need to have if I'm not able to find the value. So I'll say delimiter not available. I close the brackets or say enter. You can see this. Since X is not available, the delimiter that I have specified is not available, it is giving me a message saying that the delimiter is not available. So the last argument in this function, that is if not found, could be used as an error message whenever this delimiter is not found. Hence, you will get an error. Yeah. Hope I was able to make the concepts clear about how to use text before function in Excel. Now, the important things that you need to remember that your text before function will not work if a particular text is not found. Second, if the instance number is greater than the number of occurrence of that particular delimiter. If you give us also if you give us a wrong reference number, it will not execute. And the most important point is if you use any Excel versions other than Excel 365, then this function may not execute at all. You also need to understand is in match mode, if you put any other value apart from 0 or 1, it will give you a value error. Yeah. Again, if you set a negative or a positive number other than 0 or 1 in the match end as well, the text before function will retrieve a value. So you need to be very careful while using the arguments, and you have to understand what is available or what needs to be inputted in the argument to get the right output. Yeah, hope I was able to make this function much clearer. At least the conceptually you are able to understand this function. Hope you like this video. Do like it, share it across with your colleagues who want to learn Excel. Comment if you want me to cover any of the topics that are utmost important for you in this 365 days of Excel journey. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, because that's how you're going to get all these videos directly to your inbox. And do subscribe, because that will keep me motivated to post such informative and free videos, make such free contents for your people. Thank you so much.